Well, 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 I'm back again. I told you already. I don't make believe. I make believers, family. This is your gracious host, drummer boy, 1980, hailing from the Carolinas, Columbia, South Carolina, to be exact. Hope you had a good day today. If not, you know the old adage. Ask yourself why and remember, happiness is an inside job and it will always be an internal affair. Well, guys, we back again today with a reaction from TLA, the lead attorney. Just Pearly Things. Shout out to Valuetainment. Guys, brace yourself because this is a pretty good showing here, okay? Get your popcorn ready. You know the routine. Let's go.
While you said the comment, happy wife, happy life, Pearl like perked up. She's like, oh, let me get on this, Dad. So what is wrong with the concept of happy life, happy wife, happy life?
Because, well, one, they just hate that word, that phrase in the manosphere. That's why I started laughing.
Right.
But it's also because like women are emotional. Our feelings change every single day, every week, depending on where we are in our cycle. Like if the quality of the marriage is dependent on the woman's happiness, it doesn't really make sense because women feel a different way every single day.
100%. And then also implicit in that is that the man is supposed to do something to make the woman happy. So you have this type of thing where it's a man's obligation. If the man wants to be happy, then he needs to make the woman happy so that he can be happy. And this is what I was talking about with this whole, you know, men raising up these women on pedestals and subjugating themselves, subjugating their own life, their own happiness for the happiness of another person. And so this is what you have when you have men calling women unicorns. These men are not realizing that women are not unicorns. Women are one thing. And I see it in court all the time. They are human beings.
Huh? Is you picking up what he putting down? He made some good points in that right there. Let me just piggyback off of a few things, guys. Understand this. Your happiness doesn't come at the expense of mine. It's just that simple. It's no two ways about it. Katie bought a door, if you understand that. Your happiness doesn't come at the expense of mine. And there is no time, hear me. There's no time will I pedestalize a woman. Never. Because ain't nothing that you got is that good. And when I say nothing, I mean absolutely zero. The gut 3000 is not good enough. Huh? If you don't know what that is some good fellatio. Okay? You can have something that's wet as Niagara Falls. That's still not good enough. You can have something like a snapping turtle. That's still not good enough. Your happiness should be predicated solely on you. You should be a happy being all by yourself. And then whenever that you have an encounter with me, I should add upon your happiness, but I can't make you happy. You have to be a happy individual coming into the relationship. Do y'all understand that? But guys, never pedestalize a woman because that simply means above you. And the only person that I view that is above me is God. For my Christian folks, God, man, woman, and children. You know the pecking order. Don't come killing me. Don't kill the messenger. Take it up with the creator. Moving right along.
They are people that will game the system. They are people that are self-interested. And when men go around calling women unicorns, they want to take them out of the realm of being humans, right? And this is what men need to understand. And they don't ever understand that until they get into divorce court. And it's a bad divorce. Every single man that's sitting in front of a judge that's getting his kids taken away, that's getting his home equity taken away, understands that the woman on the other side that's asking for all that is a human being, not some animal with a horn sticking out of her
Why
head.
do men get their kids taken away? Like, I've been divorced, I've got kids. Like, I don't know any of my friends who have ever had their kids taken away.
Are you saying that the vast majority of your friends have 50-50 custody of their kids?
If they want
Yeah,
that,
that's the California law.
No, I'm asking. You say if they want. I'm asking, are you saying that the vast majority of men have 50-50 custody of their kids?
Oh,
Well, my friends, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, how many friends are we talking about?
Let's say 10.
Exactly. How many men are there in this country?
Well, right,
No. And again, this is the same.
But what's the reason?
Well, there are reasons. The number one.
But I'm saying the judge is going to be like, look, I'm not going to give you 50-50. There's got to be a reason why they're not getting 50-50,
This is
right?
exactly why.
guys, you see where this conversation is going? Do you see where this conversation is going? But watch how the lead attorney handled this. This is very, very vital. Pay very close attention because I use these videos as learning lessons, all right? Because you have to know how to combat and how to deal with certain people, all right? Let's go.
I should have 1 million subs because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. If you don't know, you don't know. Like there's no problem.
I just asked you the question.
And I'm explaining it, but give me 1 second because this is very important. This is something that men need to know because there's so many men that want to have kids. There's so many men that want this legacy. And then they're surprised when they are not allowed to live in the same home with their children until their children turn 18. They're surprised when a woman can just wake up and snap her fingers and now the woman has primary physical custody of the kids. Mm-hmm. Why do women get primary physical custody of the kids? It's a number of reasons, but the number one reason is because of these judges. The laws are fashioned in a way that give judges discretion to decide who gets primary physical custody of the kids. And by and large, judges for decades have given women primary physical custody. Now,
I have a question. Do judges look at also who was already kind of the primary custodial parent, like who was taking care of the kids more?
Judges are supposed to look at everything. Mm-hmm. But what you find is that judges have mortgages, right? Judges have bills. Judges are humans too. Exactly. Exactly. This is what people don't realize. That is exactly right. Judges get in this whole go along to get along. If I'm a new judge, right? I'm a new judge in the circuit and there are 4 other judges. And, you know, I want to pay my bills like everybody else and I'm super excited to get the job. Yep. So when I get on the bench, I look around at what these other judges are doing. Oh, these other judges, they're giving mom primary physical custody. Well, I'm going to do that too. Am I going to look at 15 different factors of who did what? Yes, but at the end of the day, I'm going to ensure that my results, my verdicts, my judicial orders are in line with everybody else. And what is everybody else doing? They're giving primary physical custody to the mother.
So,
well, now, what I'm hearing, whenever that he referred to the judges, what I'm hearing is the go along to get along game. That's exactly what I'm hearing because nobody want to rock the apple cart, so to speak. That's why nothing, guys, changes in this system. That's why whenever one judge or one cop does something that's against the other ones, they always crush that one individual. That's what the blue wall is about. I'm not going to go too deep down the rabbit hole, but that is what I hear. Well, guys, tell me something. And no, I'm not misogynist, so don't try to even come up with that. But it always seems like a woman has an ongoing internal conflict within self all the time. That's why it's not good to have a woman as a leader. Because she's stable, but she's not stable. Let me say that again. She's stable, but she's not stable. I have literally been riding in the car. We joking and laughing. And everything could be going along just fine. You know, all hunky-dory. You know, we giggling and cutting up and just throwing jabs. And all of a sudden, you look over there and she got tears coming out of her eyes. What's wrong with you? You know, I was just having a bad hair day and what? But you were just laughing for 30 minutes and now you just change up. I love you, ladies, but you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. And this system, it seems as though it is in the business of causing confusion. And who is the author of confusion, family? And that seems like it's by design, in my humble opinion. Because everything has a gynocentric lean to it. It's biased now. It's biased. But moving right along, family.
I want to spend actually a good amount of time on this. I want to kind of get there in a second. But to your question, you're basically saying that based on your 10 friends experience, it's typically 50-50. Is that what you're saying?
But he's saying that judges are human and that the judge makes the decision, but not really giving a reason as to why the judge would make that decision.
I just gave one reason. This is, I just gave one, but
what is the actual, like, just be clear, what is the typical number?
Well, let me say,
like, is it, I've never been divorced, I've never have kids, but if he's saying it's closer to 50-50, you're saying it's closer to what?
Nowhere near 50-50.
What is it?
I mean, it could be 70%, 80%, depends on the jurisdiction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to think that men get custody.
So then what was the guy supposed to do about it beforehand?
What do you mean, what's he supposed to do about it?
Like, you're saying he gets divorced. He has children. You're saying goes to a judge. He doesn't get 50-50. What was he supposed to do beforehand to ensure that he would get 50-50?
There's nothing he can do.
So, yeah. So that's the whole point. Like, what?
I don't know. I just find this so like absurd. So you practice in Atlanta, right?
That's exactly right.
So the rules and the laws are probably differently, and the system is probably different in every state.
It's state to state. That's true.
Yeah.
But in pretty much every state in the nation, the rules, the laws are set to where there's no preference given.
In California, they actually try to push the fathers to be more involved and have the kids more. And so they push to have that 50-50 custody if the father...
When you say they, who is they?
The system, the judge, the courtroom.
Oh, you're saying that the judge tries...
The attorneys.
No, wait, let's be specific,
Yeah.
because you're speaking in all these generalities, and I want to know specifically, when you say they are pushing men to have more time with their kids, who is they?
Court, judge.
What is
That's
the
what I've
judge?
been told from attorneys.
That's what you've been told. Okay, which judge is pushing for fathers to have more time with their
so
kids?
Basically what they say is that they really,
says?
like, my attorney, when I did everything.
Okay, your attorney, one attorney said...
Right, but you're just one
You're
attorney.
just one attorney as well.
I mean,
Right, but I've been doing this for 20 years.
But
my divorce attorney was one of the top in San Diego.
But that's what
But the other point, though, that you're saying, though, that doesn't make any sense is you're saying that the judges choose that men... Okay, we went back to disagreeability. What is the guy supposed to do? Like, so if Adam's going to get married and he's going to have children... You didn't really get to helping him, so like, what is?
I think that's why so many men are walking away from marriage today.
Exactly,
is because it doesn't benefit.
It's just
them.
a bad deal.
It's a bad deal.
You're
for
saying,
guys
how
today.
do we fix it? And this is what I'm telling you. For an individual man right now, there is no fix. Now, the law.
Oh boy, did anybody hear that excruciating exchange there? She was talking about California. We talking about the whole nation. You can't judge a whole nation by one state, lady. How hard is that to comprehend? It's very easy to comprehend, all right? One fish, two fish, green fish. I mean, come on. I mean, Dr. Seuss or something? In the comment section, please put this down for me. How many of you have heard that most court cases pertaining to custody is 50-50? Put it in the comment section, please, because I would like to know. Because every case I have heard of, for the most part, it is the woman. It is the woman. And we all know that. But these people act as though they're in La La Land, or Candy Land some way, like everything is all hunky-dory. And that's not the case at all. All right? Let's go.
Not get married?
The laws are changing. In Atlanta, for example, they've just started this year pushing that to move away from the system where fathers or mothers can get custody, because what judges are doing, they're using that discretion to just basically give mothers custody. Now, Georgia is moving to a system to where the default is 50-50. And that's where we need to be. If the judge starts out and says, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You guys are gonna get divorced, that's fine. 50% of the time with the mom, 50% of the time with the dad. Now, if anybody has any objection to that, I'll listen. And if anybody doesn't want that, I'll listen.
That's how California is.
That's how California is. But we're talking about the nation. We're not cherry picking over here. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not, oh, my one friend this, or this particular state.
To Atlanta, right?
And women men only win custody. It's like 20% of the time.
God. Yeah, let me get guys, if I may, let me get to some stats, and I want to get your opinion on this. So
listen at this, family.
We're going to cover relationships, who to date, who not to date, divorce, all that. We're all over the map here. All good. Have fun. So here's some divorce stats for you guys. Nationally, we're not cherry picking over here. Exactly. Here's some stats for you guys. Man versus woman. Women file for divorce 70% of the time. That goes up to 90% of the time when they're college educated. Beware those smart girls, y'all. Women get the kids 90% of the time.
This is what she doesn't
average
understand.
Child support payment is $720 a month. Alimony is around 40% of the guy's income. These are stats. And then men are way more likely to end up getting depressed, fat, alcohol, drugs, and suicidal. So back to this point that I kind of want to discuss. The divorce rate, 70% women initiate this. You said this is exactly why men are so hesitant to get married today. So is marriage an outdated deal for men? What do you think, Pearl?
Who can argue with those stats, guys? Put it in the comment section. Women file for divorce 70%, upward of 90%. Now, let's just say for spits and giggles that 20% is for abuse and he's beating you and just being violent towards you. That knocks it down to 50% of the time. That's still high. That's still high. And we all know women abuse men just as well. Oh, God. I said what I said. Women abuse men. You heard me? But now listen at those stats. The woman gets the children 90% of the time. Now, if that ain't lopsided in one way, I don't know what. God, 9 out of 10 times, any logical thinking being knows something wrong whenever you say 9 out of 10. Because it's both their child. It's half of my child, half of her child. Now, if I forfeit some of my time or something like that, then we having a different conversation. But just coming out the gate, you get custody of the child, primary custody. That is not right. Now, you do have deadbeat guys that don't want to be involved. We're not talking about those guys. We are talking about the men that want to be in the children's life more so than not. All right? Those are the men that we are talking about. Because they always want to go to the extreme. Well, some guys don't want. We ain't talking about them. Etch them out the way. Scratch them out the way. Put an X by them. We ain't talking about them. 90% family. Ooh-wee. Moving right along, guys.
I mean, I think men and women are better together, and like marriage is good as an institution, but I feel like the government ruined it. I just think it's a bad deal for men the way the laws are today.
Okay. So what should men do if they want to get married and you believe that family unit is ideal? Should men just kind of be clear-eyed going into this?
This is why I brought the attorney.
This is why you brought the attorney. So you can't hide behind the attorney, Pearl. You got to answer the question. I'm saying, you can't handle the truth.
No, I'm saying like that's why the legal. I mean, some guys do the prenup. Some guys choose to walk away. Some guys. I've heard of a guy that lives with a girl but has her pay the rent so she can't. Because I guess she can seize your assets legally if she's just living with you for a certain amount of time, and that can include like even if she leaves her stuff at your apartment. Yeah, and so I've heard some like guys have interesting solutions.
So is marriage just a bad deal for men these days? Let's go there.
Or is it a bad deal for someone who makes the most money?
Well, listen,
because I feel like it's not even just men or women; it's whoever makes the most money in the relationship. It's why are we teaching holy?
Hold up. See, this woman sitting on the couch. This guy better run for his life. She always come up with some type of answer or some type of solution that's unfitting and that's very unbecoming of her. Let me tell you this. This is very easy to debunk. How many women make more money than men in general? talking about, well, whoever make more money. The man make more money most of the time. Men make more money than women most of the time, lady. If I'm lying, put it in the comment section. Somebody, stop my mouth. Please, stop my mouth. Don't let me lie to you. Please, please. Stop my mouth. Because I can be corrected. I can be corrected. I'm not without reproach. Correct me. Who make the most money? A majority of the time. The men. So she can miss me with the lies and the excuses and, well, it is who best make the money. This guy here better run for his life. If he know like I know. Mr. Unicorn. Let's go.
That's not true. And again, the stat that you just read about
they're not
women,
gonna. Okay, if you're
let me
married,
finish, please. Let me finish.
If you're married,
let me finish. The stat that you just read about women getting custody 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Right. And this is why it's so good to have a couple on here that, and they're both ignorant about these laws. They said, oh well, just men get custody 50% of the time too, and it's not true. If women get primary physical custody 90% of the time, that should be a stat that shocks them, right?
Do you think that they should take a 1-year-old or a baby and give the primary custody to the male, the man, the dad, or
that's actually a really good point.
I just
like if it's a newborn.
I just answered the question.
No, I just have that question. Do you
think
yes or no?
I just answered the question. It should be default 50-50. It's half of the man's genetics, half of the woman's genetics, half of the man's chromosomes, half of the woman's chromosomes. It's half their baby. It can't be, well, you know, we're gonna give the mom the kid until the kid's age 2, and then we're gonna introduce the dad. No, if the mom wants to breastfeed, that's fine. And the mom can breastfeed on her time and can send bottles to the.
But no one's arguing with you that it should be 50-50.
What do you mean?
You're saying it should be default.
She just asked. Your girlfriend just asked if the father should have. What did you say?
I'm saying that the mother should not be the primary custody. But honestly, when it's 50-50, the kids going back and forth.
You're saying that no one should say it shouldn't be 50-50. And your girlfriend just said it.
I'm saying the primary, like with the person like the kid living with the mom. But honestly, when it's 50-50, they're not full time at anyone's house. They're bouncing back and forth.
So
that's what the California state law pushes for.
Your statement was no one's saying that it shouldn't be 50-50. Your girlfriend just said that it shouldn't. And I agree with you. It should be 50-50. It should not be where the mother, just being a mother, gets primary physical custody of these kids.
Okay.
So I agree with you. I don't agree with her. Like, fathers should have equal right to these children.
They do, though.
Their children.
I'm just going off of what I know.
The stat that the man sitting next to you, Adam, told you, is that 90% of the time, women get primary physical custody of these kids.
Like,
I know what you're saying.
Imagine if it was vice versa.
Imagine
if it was vice versa if women only got custody 10% of the time.
Like,
we would be in uproar about
Absolutely.
it. But you never hear about it, because when it comes to men, like,
we're not looking at all the reasons, though. Like, there could be reasons to why that stat is.
90%?
Yeah, there could be reasons to where, okay, maybe the father did not want to be around. Maybe the father can't be around as much.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 of them.
Yes, 9 out of 10.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
That's what I think.
Imagine dating a woman that feels
I'm saying
Madison, what are you saying?
I'm saying that there's so many reasons to why this percentage could be this high.
Did you know that I just saw an article the other day that hookers are more likely to get custody of their children? Prostitutes, hookers.
Pearl, that is such a great point, because everybody, just like her, everybody wants to look at what the problems are, what the man are, and assume that the mother is a good mother. I have represented so many shitty mothers that still get custody of these kids, but everybody's like, oh, well, 90% of the time the moms get custody, so there must be a reason on the dad's side. This is what you just said. No one looks at the mother's side though and wonders, why is it? If women are human beings too, if men can be poor fathers, then women can be poor mothers. Why is it that even with women being poor mothers, they get custody 90% of the time? Yeah. Right? If you sit back and think about this, it doesn't make sense. Of course there's a preference for women.
The men are getting screwed over by the system.
He made a great point. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to make no bones about it. According to the studies, and just go Google it and just do some independent research. According to the studies, men in general make better parents, if you didn't know it. I know that's a shock to your system, right? Don't kill me. Go fact check Drummer Boy, okay? Please go fact check me, okay? According to the studies. Whenever that there is not a man nowhere around, go look at the prisons and go see how many women raise boys by themselves and see how many are in prisons, because there is a correlation there. There is a relationship between single mothers with no men in the house and prison. Go check behind me. Now, I think everybody needs to be treated fairly. Equality across the whole gambit, all right? So how is it that a woman feels entitled like it's her child? How is that? Like it's her child and it's not yours, and she automatically has primary custody of the child. Where did that come from? Because I don't understand that. Somebody talk to me. How is it a woman feel 100% entitled like she is the only and the primary parent, and that she has the last say so and the first say so and all the say so? And we are talking about in general now. I'm not saying every one of them, but in general. Wow. Shout out to Just Pearly Things. Shout out to the lead attorney. Lee, you did your thing on here, man. You did represent, all right? Shout out to Valuetainment, guys. And you know what I need y'all guys to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Go ahead and click it and come on back to see me. My channel barely growing, guys. I think it's YouTube that got a hold of me. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Comment, family. You know what I do over here. I do appreciate you. Hit the cash app. You see the screen. $ drummer 1980. Ooh, God, I feel good. You also can support my channel by going to the super thanks located directly under the video. And until next time, family, peace. And remember, there is more.